Good afternoon, NGTC family. Hope everyone's doing well today. It's a beautiful day outside, and we are here wishing you were here. Hey, what do you know? It's day, I don't know, a lot into this thing. I'm sure you guys have to be getting as restless as we are. Hopefully you're getting restless to get back in the gym, because I know we're restless to have you back in the gym. Even Megan's shaking her head. Yep, we sure are. I hope that you guys are finding these online classes useful. I know you'd rather be here. I already said we'd rather you be here. It's important that you guys stay flexible, strong, and remembering all of the things that we do that make up our big gymnastic skills. That way, when you get back in here, we can level you up as soon as possible, and you're not gonna have to spend a month or 2 months just refreshing and reviewing and getting back into gymnastics as we go here, okay? So, yesterday, we did some warm-ups, some stretches, some exercises, and then we started working handstand stuff. And the blue mat there, that acts as our wall, your wall at home, be it your kitchen wall or a hallway wall, bedroom, whatever. Just make sure you have some room to be able to do some stuff. We're gonna do a little more handstand stuff today. We're gonna do some fun stuff with our eyes closed today, get you to be able to notice what your body's doing. It's called body awareness, okay? And body awareness, we worked a lot on different skills and terminology and strength. That stuff's all very, very important. But almost as important, especially as you learn the very basics, what becomes really important is body awareness. If I'm having my arms like this, and I said, why are your arms bent? They're not, they're straight. That's body awareness. Knowing that you gotta straighten them before a coach says, you gotta straighten your arms, okay? That's body awareness. Or they're not pushed all the way back, push them tall, or I'm not hugging my ears, hug my ears. Those types of things. My leg's not straight, I need to straighten my leg. Having the awareness to know what your body's doing and when it's doing it, it's hard to change something if you don't even know you're doing it wrong. And we have to be aware of it so that you can make those changes without having to be told all the time, okay? And for those of you kids that are looking to get onto team, we're gonna have a fairly limited size teams moving forward. We don't just take anybody. About 10% of our gymnasts end up on a team if they so choose. So most, like 90% of our gymnasts in the gym aren't team members, okay? And we love that. We love the fact that you guys come in, you're working on some stuff, and that's the kinds of things that we're working on with these classes, okay? So let's start by warming up, okay? We're gonna do, if you guys have a jump rope, grab your jump rope. Let's do a minute of jump roping. If you don't have a jump rope, we can just run in place for 1 minute, okay? And we're gonna start that. I've got a timer over here, and we'll start it right now. Maybe we should have Megan sing to you while you're doing this. I think she feels taller when she stands on the mat. Almost done, guys. 15 more seconds. And relax. Woo, nice job. Good work. That's your running in place, okay? We did arm circles yesterday. This time, let's do something a little different. We're gonna move this mat, and I wanna do some bear crawls and some crab walks. Meg, you want me to demonstrate or you got this?
I get you crap.
Okay. She's still nursing her knees, so I'll go ahead and demonstrate. You guys know how to do a crab walk. We're in this position, right? And we're just gonna walk ourselves around. So if you have a hallway or something, go ahead and walk down your hallway and then walk the other direction, okay? Let's do that twice. If you're just going in a big circle, go in a big circle twice. Then reverse directions, do it the other way. Go ahead. I'd love to be playing music for you guys, but you have to have a license to play music, and since we don't have that, we can't play music from Pandora or one of those. So, sorry about that. You can play music at home though while you're watching us. Okay, now that you finished your crab walks, before we get a drink of water, let's do bear crawls. Okay, can you do bear crawls? Mm-hmm. Megan will demonstrate bear crawls for you. Bear crawls, booty in the air, legs relatively straight, and we're just crawling around. Go down your hall and back or around your living room, into the kitchen, chase the dog around, whatever. Megan showing off her toe crutching skills. Excellent. Now, let's do a few inchworms. You guys remember what an inchworm is? They're not easy, but they're a great exercise. Megan's gonna demonstrate. So we start in a pike position, walk your hands out, and then slowly walking your feet in. You guys see that? Then you're walking your hands out, and walk your feet back in. Let's go ahead and do 10 of those. That's good exercise, guys. If you can do 10, you're doing well. Just something enjoyable about watching her do all the work. Good. Hey, if you guys need a quick drink of water, go ahead and grab one. Now, just like before, we try to keep these about 30 minutes, 30 to 35 minutes. I think the last one may have gone 40 minutes. We go over sometimes. Every once in a while we go short. But all in all, about 30 minutes. Why don't we spend the full hour? Mainly because we don't go to beam, we don't have bars, and we can't really do vault. We can do all those things, of course, we're in the gym and have all that equipment, but I don't want to do them if you don't have them at home, and I don't think any of you have a full bar set at home or one of these big balance beams in your house. So if you have a floor beam, perfect. If you have a floor with lines on it, hey, just like this, perfect. You can practice being on a beam just using your floor line. Okay? Any of that works. Remember, this mat is our wall, just like in your house. So we're just trying to bring the things in that you would have in your house. Megan's sitting on the couch, okay? Since we don't have a couch here, we had to use mats and pretend. So you have lots of stuff at your house that you can do all these things and actually work out and get the exercises that we need. Now we're gonna do burpees. Burpees, if you haven't done them before, you start standing up. We're gonna go down like this. I'm doing it slow for you. I'm gonna kick out, kick back in, and stand back up. That's one. So in fast motion, it'll look like this. 1, 2. Let's go ahead and do 10 of those. 10 burpees. Go. You can start putting some weight on that knee too.
My foot's gonna
Yep, it'll be fine. Okay, did you guys finish your burpees? I sure hope so, because we're gonna stretch out. We're gonna start with, you guys know? Pike stretch. Everybody know what a pike is? A pike position, sitting, legs are straight out, just like this. Pike. And reach your toes. If you're not able to reach them, walk your fingers down your legs. Take a deep breath in and try to push yourself a little bit lower. Good, and sit up against the wall. Feet are flat on the wall. We're gonna do the same pike stretch, but now we're gonna do it with flexed feet. You're gonna try to reach the wall, and if you can reach the wall, try to get your hands flat on the wall. I don't think she can do it, guys. She's really trying. Don't tell her I'm talking about her. I don't think she can hear me. Her toes are wiggling. Hey, she reached her toes. Woohoo, it's a miracle. Okay, jump into a straddle position. You guys remember what a straddle is? Legs as wide as you can. Remember, when you're in a straddle, where do your knees point? Up to the sky, exactly. Feet are pointed. They're also pointing up to the sky. And you're gonna reach out in front of you, walk your hands down in front, and try to get that chest flat on the ground. I demonstrated this yesterday, and well, let me just say that nobody was impressed. I'm a good teacher. Those who do it, they can do it. Those who can't, teach. Unless you're Megan, then you can do both. A lot of our teachers can. I'm not one of them. And over to the right leg. Your right leg is that way. Well, that way if you're looking on the TV. Very good. Now over to your left leg. Notice when she's in this position, her other arm, so she's over to her left leg. Her left arm right now is out in front of her on the ground. Okay, that's important because that gives you that full stretch. Very good. Okay, and grab your knees. We're going to roll back and just kind of rock and roll for a moment. Staying in that position, I want you to roll all the way up into a candlestick. You guys remember what a candlestick is? Arms flat on the ground, Coach Megan. And do it again. I want you to 5 times up into a candlestick. And really control it coming down. I don't want to be able to hear you. Excellent. Good. Those are really important for a lot of the stuff that we have to do. Okay? Now, let's stretch out those hip flexors. Hip flexors right here. That enables us to bring our legs up, straighten them. When they get tight, like sitting a lot, oh my goodness, it really hurts the lower back. Yeah, isn't that crazy? This muscle hurts the lower back. That's because it gets really tight and it pulls your hips forward, okay? So when your mom or your dad come home and they're like, oh, my back's killing me. Where's it hurt, Mom? Lower back. Well, unless they have a bad back injury or something that has developed over time, see if they'll stretch with you, okay? And you can show them this stretch. Foot's out in front of our knee, hands are pushing down on our knee, hips are tilted backwards, okay? So we're not in a big arch, there shouldn't be an arch in your back. Hips are tilted backwards, you're gonna gently push forward. Should really feel it in the leg that's down, right in your hip flexor, right where your hip and your leg meet. Very good. Now, parents, you don't have to do this one. Put your leg out in front of you, the one that was under you to begin with, and we're going to reach down and try to touch our toes again. She's making me look bad. Gosh, I don't think I could even do that one. Give it a try. And slide, I'm not going to do it, into your left leg split. You know what this is? Yes, I'm clapping. It's my golfer's clap. Very nicely. And come out, we're gonna do the other leg. Foot's in front of our knee, parents join in. Hands on our knee, hips are tilted backwards, chest is up, pushing down on this leg and gently pushing your hips forward. You should feel it right here in the hip flexor area. That's where the leg joins the hip. Now, we could stretch the quads this way too. All we have to do is put something under our back foot to kind of raise it up. Then when we're in the same position, it stretches the lower part of that leg. Ooh, my back just popped just doing this. Just like the other leg, out in front, your foot can be flexed, that's fine. And reach down, try to touch your toes. If you're really good like Megan, try to touch your nose to your knee. Nice, and slide into that right leg split.
I don't think I'll do that.
She's still nursing that knee, so we'll forgive her for that one. You guys can slide into that right leg split though. We're gonna hold it. Very good. Okay, we are gonna be in a position where your knees are apart like this. Your legs are straight, so they're not touching or they're not way wide. They're the same distance apart as your knees, okay? Go down on your elbows, and then we're gonna gently push our hips back. If you don't feel it, it's too easy for you. Widen your feet out and your knees out a little further. You're gonna do the same thing. Now, from where I'm at, that's about as far as I can go before I feel a lot of pain. You don't have to really push into the pain. Just push until you start to feel it and hold it there. This is a good one. You can be reading a book. You could be playing a game on your phone or on whatever. There's a lot of things you could be doing while you're doing this. Watching TV. I wouldn't suggest eating dinner while you're doing this. That'd be kind of weird. Just a word of caution. If you have a dog at home, they love to attack you when you're in this position. They will come up and lick your face. Push it back as far as you can now. Okay, good. Now bring your feet together. Staying in that position, just come up onto your feet. We're just gonna kind of roll our hips a little bit. Bring your knees together, and we're gonna do the same thing.
Then hands on the ground, and we're gonna really round the back, okay? That's called a cat scratch. Just really push your back. You're gonna arch, or hollow your back really tall. That's a cat scratch. And staying in that position, go down, laying flat on the ground. It's called a prone position, okay? Hands are in like a push-up position. And I'm gonna push myself up. Try to keep your hips on the ground. And if they're not on the ground, gently push them down to the ground, keeping your chest up as high as you can. If you need to, you can move your hands a little closer so it pushes you up higher. I think I need to stretch more. Okay. Now, rock yourself back, arms are extended out in front of you, and we're gonna gently push our body down to the ground, and you should really feel it in your shoulder area. Now, if this is easy for you, you can do this up on a mat or the edge of a couch also, kind of like this. Again, with any of these stretches, once it starts hurting, don't overdo it. You don't need to kill yourself with these. All we're trying to do is get a good, solid, strong stretch. If you were in the gym and if I knew everybody had like a foam roller, we'd be doing a lot of foam rolling exercises because I love foam rollers. That's the best way to stretch the majority of your muscles. But one of the muscles that it doesn't really work for, it does, just not as well, is your calf muscles. So real quick, let's stretch those out. That's important. If you're going to be doing any running or jumping, playing tennis, basketball, whatever, back leg is straight. This is the calf stretch. Both feet are pointing straight ahead. Remember, we don't want one foot turned out to the side. Here's the mistake I see everybody make. They try to get really low. Notice I'm almost piked here, right? We want to stay up nice and tall if we can. And all we're doing is keeping the back leg straight. Heel stays flat. I don't want to see your heel coming up. Okay, heel stays flat. Legs are straight. Gently pushing the hips forward. Notice I don't even have a lot of weight on this mat or on your wall. Okay, I'm just kind of using it for balance more than anything. Good. Now bend your knee. You're going to kind of drive that knee in and down. I'm moving my hips back a little bit just so it's easier for me to drive that knee down. And the other leg. Back leg straight. Oh yeah, this one's tight. Gently pushing those hips forward. You should feel it in the big calf muscle. And bend the knee. I'm backing my hips up slightly, keeping the heel flat on the ground. My leg's starting to shake. It must be working. Okay guys, that is it for our warm-up. If you guys need a quick drink of water, go ahead. Ah, goodness, that was good. 24 minutes, just like I said yesterday. It amazes me with these 30 to 35 minute classes. Oh my gosh, we spend so much time on strength, flexibility, stretching. It doesn't leave a lot of time for other stuff, but that's okay. We have shorter classes because we don't have the bars and the beam like I explained. We do as many things as we can and review. My goal is to get you guys remembering what all we're doing and keeping your muscles able to do all those things. If you're back from your drink of water, grab your couch or your chair, doesn't matter. We're gonna do some dips. Hands are just a little wider than shoulder width apart. You gotta get your hips between these, okay? Now, if you could do this on the edge of a couch, sometimes the couches are a little too soft and it's hard to do it. You could grab a chair. If you don't have a chair, you could get anything that's kind of firm, that's lower. Okay, a table's probably too high or a countertop is too high for you. But you could get even a couple books or something. And all we're gonna do is hold on to that. Feet are flat on the ground. Notice they're not really wide. My feet are basically together, okay? And I'm gonna lower myself down my shoulders, you can see my arm, my upper arm's about level across, okay? I'm not going way down to the ground. And push myself back up. Let's do that 10 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Anybody remember what those are called? They're called dips. You could also do that with 2 chairs, one on each side, and do it that way. That works also. Whew, you should feel that one. I do. Good. Now you might remember yesterday we did some handstand stuff up against the wall. So if you are still in a position where maybe you have a mat or a soft carpet or something and you have an open wall, there's not pictures up there that you're gonna knock off when you do a handstand against the wall. You're not gonna run over a little brother or sister or your little puppy or kitten. Then let's go ahead and do some handstands, okay? Push any furniture out of the way so you're not gonna crash into it. We don't need any injuries at home. But that being said, once you do that, we're gonna practice some lunges and some levers, okay? And we're gonna go into our handstands. We have to have some body awareness. So if I say, hey, I need you to be able to squeeze your ears and get in a tight, straight position and straight leg so that you can lever, how do you know if you're doing that? Well, lucky for you, I'm going to kind of teach you how to do that. Now, if you have a mirror, of course, you could look. If mom or dad are at home and they're videoing you, you could watch that. That works. But an even better way, and the way that I would recommend and the way I want you guys doing it, is your own self-awareness. Now, when our eyes are open, we're looking around. We're constantly on the lookout for things, right? Right now, I'm on the lookout for something saying, you can open your gym again, but I'm not gonna hold my breath. We're gonna do this for as long as it takes until we reopen and we get you guys back in here. But for right now, do this with me. Sit down. You're gonna close your eyes. Notice where my hands are at. I'm pointing my fingers like this. You're gonna close your eyes, and with your eyes closed, you're gonna touch your fingers out in front of you, just like that. Here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna close your eyes, you're gonna be like, ah, ah, okay? Close your eyes, touch your fingers together. That's body awareness. You know where you're at. Here's why that's important. As you're trying this, I'm gonna explain. A lot of the stuff we do in gymnastics, or any sport for that matter, you're doing without your eyesight, right? Think about the balance beam. We do releve walks backwards, forwards, we do kicks, we do scales, we do all those things. We can't really see where we're at. We can't see that our foot's behind us and it's pointed. We have to be aware. Now, as coaches, we're trained, of course, to tell you, hey, point your foot or your legs bent, whatever the case may be. But as a gymnast, you need to know that. You need to know and be able to feel it, and you want to be able to feel that, okay? So, close your eyes, try to touch your hands. If you're able to do that, then I want you to do the same thing. Eyes closed, touch them above your head, okay? Touch them above your head. Good. Now, good. Yeah, that's simple body awareness, okay? Now, let's try something different. This is gonna be kind of goofy for some of you. But if you're standing up, tell you what, let's do it sitting down. What part of your feet, if you're barefoot, okay, what part of your feet are touching the floor right now? Now, if you're like most, you probably answered that it's your whole foot is on the ground. I beg to differ. When your foot's on the ground, chances are the little part underneath your toes isn't actually on the ground. What about the arch of your foot? Is that touching? Oh, yeah. So it's really not your entire foot, even though that's what we always tell ourselves, right? No, it's just parts of our foot. And that's, again, part of that awareness. So if you can close your eyes and say, what part of me is actually touching the ground? Or what part of me is touching the couch or the mat? Yeah,
that's some body awareness. Good. One more thing. This is gonna seem weird to some of you, but you're gonna lay flat on the ground. I want one hand on your chest, one hand on your tummy. Okay, this is a pretty good one. Okay, you're gonna lay flat, just kind of relax. Now, I want you to take a deep breath in and notice what happens with your hands. Did both hands move? Did both hands go up and down when you took a deep breath? If they did, and almost everybody does this wrong. If both hands moved, you probably did that wrong, okay? You want to use your diaphragm. That's your lower part of your abs here to breathe in and exhale, okay? So I want you to practice breathing only using your diaphragm. So when you take a deep breath in, only the lower hand should move, okay? Not the upper hand. Try it again. Good. Again, that's body awareness. Believe it or not, those of you that stand with an archy back and people say, get your booty in, that's weak abs, okay? And that breathing exercise I just gave you is one of the easiest ways to fix that, believe it or not. So go ahead and practice that. Now, while we're down in this position, you can do it with your feet up if you want, but we're gonna do some crunches, okay? So all we're gonna do is alternate. Boom, just like this. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead and do 10 of those. Megan's just chilling. Good. Okay, so we have some body awareness, we have some strength. We're gonna do the same thing, touching our fingers in front of us with our eyes closed, but now we're standing up. Eyes closed, fingers in front of us, touch your fingers in front. Whoa, nailed it. Do the same thing over your head. If that's still easy for you, try it on one foot. So you have to balance, eyes are closed, still touch your fingers out in front of you and stay balanced. I fell out of that. Good. More body awareness. If your eyes aren't open to balance you, how do you balance? That means your body, your other senses. You know how we have senses, right? We can see, we can smell, we can taste, we can hear, right? We have all these little senses that we use. We tend in sports to use one sense almost entirely, and that's our eyesight. We don't want to do that, okay? Number one, in any sport, you need to be able to know what you're doing almost before you do it. And having that awareness, being able to balance with your eyes closed and do different tasks, that means you're aware of your body, you're keeping yourself balanced without your eyesight. Now, think about this. We do things in gymnastics backwards. We need to be able to know without being able to see where we're going, what we're doing, and what shape our body is in. Important stuff. Okay. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you and share with you and have you practice, you gotta take a step with me and make sure you're being safe. So if you have a couch cushion, if you don't have a couch cushion, use a couple bed pillows, get permission first, okay? Or a couple pillows, put them on the ground, okay? I don't have a pillow right here. So imagine this is my pillow. You're just gonna put it on the ground, okay? Now, Megan, maybe you can do this. So being in this position, I want you to put your hands on the wall and slowly walk yourself down. We're only gonna go a little ways, but we have a pillow on the ground in case you fall. You're just gonna land on the pillow and not crack your head. So Megan's gonna demonstrate. We're backwards. Again, this is like your wall. So if it was taller, it would be even easier. No, I got it. Now, those of you in a higher level class, like maybe see what I mean? Like maybe a lion, walk yourself down and then walk yourself back up. That really works all these muscles. You guys might want to be working like back walkovers, back handsprings.
This is.
She's an old woman, you know.
Good. Okay, now we're gonna do the same thing, but off from this. So you guys could put your feet on a mat, on a couch, on a chair, whatever. Megan, if you could go into a back bend with your feet on the mat, and they could be straight if you want. I'll move my pens. So we're gonna start laying down on the ground, feet up on the couch or the chair. You're gonna go into a bridge. You guys remember what a bridge is? I'm gonna sit on this just so it doesn't move on her.
She's going in. Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to experience a miracle on gymnastics.
I'll stop. Okay, go ahead and stretch those shoulders out. You're gonna try to push yourself as far as you can so your shoulders are directly over your hips, or your wrists, sorry. Now, from there, if you have room, go ahead and kick one leg over, Megan. Yeah, did you guys catch that? If not, rewind it. That's a bridge kickover. And that's a great way. That's the same way we train it in the gym, okay? You have your feet elevated, get into a good bridge, stretch out those shoulders, and then slowly kick over. If you're not able to kick over, just being in the bridge, just bring one leg so it's straight up. You're in a split almost, okay? And then back down, and back up, and back down. Between doing that and walking yourself down and up the wall and your sit-ups, okay, or your crunches, your V-ups, those will give you the strength that you need to be able to safely do a back walkover, front walkover, back handspring, all those skills, right? We want to be able to do all those. You need to keep your flexibility and your strength up. So last class we worked on some handstand training stuff, flexibility and strength in our shoulders. This is more of the same, little bit different muscles, but the same basic idea. Now that the seal stretch and things we did, now you're starting to see why those are important, because we need to stretch out our torso so that we can really get into that position and then have the strength to be able to pull our leg over and complete our back walkover. Good. Would you guys like to see her do one more of those? I would.
Ladies and gentlemen, she's setting up. She's about to go.
She's adjusted her hair. She's pushing up. She's giving me a dirty look. She's up. Her shoulders are over her wrists. Her legs are straight. She brings one leg up. And she almost got stuck, but she made it! Yay! Hey, practice those at home. Give yourself a good video. Let your mom or your dad or somebody video you and send us the video. We would love to see those things, okay? That's about all the time we have for today. Did some good stuff. Remember your handstands, hugely important. Most important skill in gymnastics is the handstand, okay? Most important skill for our handstand, well, there's two of them. Lunge and lever, right? Lunge and lever. You could practice the lever up against the wall. So you're in a lunge, do your lever, and back, boom, do it again, boom, lunge, lever, back, boom. Yeah, practice that 10 times. That should keep you busy. We will see you again tomorrow. Until then, NGTC rocks. Send us your videos, your pictures, whatever you want. You have a chance to win great prizes. We've been mailing out prizes. Remember, we're sending out coloring sheets. You guys can color and send in the pictures. We'll post as many of them as we can and send out winners of that as well. We hope to be open as soon as possible. As soon as we have a date that we can reopen, we are going to make sure everybody knows it. Till that time, go out, have some fun, enjoy the sunshine, ride your bike, wear your helmet, and we'll see you soon. Take care, guys.